friends, here we go again. We've had a great day today. We filmed the 10 Cool Things at NAMM video, and Doug was a part of that. Doug is the engineer as far as the editorial gear guy that we have, besides being a resident rock star. It's good to have him on the team. He's actually 50% nuts and the other half crazy, but he knows I love him, so I can see it. He's one of my favorite guitarists as well. Let's give a warm welcome for Doug Doppler.
and this guy is here, especially for us, for SULÉY magazine. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good too. Can you tell us, please,
I think I'm Doug Doppler, at least I was this morning. And I'm a guitar player based in the San Francisco Bay Area. And I'm here in Southern California, Anaheim, for the NAMM show. And so just kind of played the Pre-NAMM hang that's put on by Worship Musician Magazine and Collectible Guitar Magazine. I played with some other amazing fellow guitar players. It was a lovely night. And in a moment, I'm going to go across town, and my pal Ronnie Lee has a show that she does. And so we're going to go play more loud guitars, which is pretty cool. So, yeah.
Hello, my name's Doug. How's everybody doing tonight? Are we awake? Saxon, that was an amazing set. Everybody, thanks so much for being here, all the great guitar players, all the people gathered. As we get ready to go into the NAMM show, there are a lot of things on people's minds, but if we don't think about the main thing, we're thinking about the wrong thing. So let's give it up for the one above all. Come on. Right on. Okay. Thank you.
was nice show tonight. Thank you. It was crazy, crazy. Not too big, but you gotta play more. You wanted more. Thank you.
Thank you. No, I just came back. I was teaching at Nuno Betancourt's guitar camp, and so I kind of flew home yesterday and got up very early this morning and drove down
you
here.
Just came from San Francisco?
So the Nuno's camp was in Las Vegas, and so Nuno taught, and Richie Kotzen, and Steve I was there for a day and a night.
Nice.
And Taj Ferrant, one of my favorite guitar players ever, and Eric Gales and Matteo Asado and Rick Beato. It was kind of an amazing event. And then I came home and then got a little sleep and then came down and for this. I'm super excited.
You were great, for a guy who didn't sleep. Well, I mean, enough.
Thank you. It's such a privilege to be able to play music live and audiences of any size, to be able to share your music, something that's so close to your heart. It's just a privilege to be able to take something that's so integral to who you are. So many people don't have a way of expressing the range of emotions that you can express with a guitar and with a song and with a melody, and with a solo and with a loud amp. You're able to connect with people and have a conversation through music, sometimes that transcends words, which is a really special thing. And it's great to be able to, use your guitar in a constructive and fun and challenging and exhilarating fashion.
Let's also give it up for Michael Hodge and Dave Cleveland. Come on. Bring it in tonight. Come on. Thanks so much. And thank you for each of you coming out tonight. And I'd also like to give an extra special thanks to my Hefe Grande, Mr. Bruce Adolph. Anybody in the house know who Bruce is? If you do, give him a big holler because he deserves it. Come on. I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. Come on. All right, that's more like, there we go. I never take a guitar solo to church, just so I'm saying.
You know, since last year when we first met, I've been listening a lot of your music, and today you played a couple of the song. I remember I've been listening, but as we know, you're doing some new stuff. You just released a single, right?
So I've released a couple of singles. Thank you. What it is that this year there are going to be two albums. One that's an instrumental album, and the guests include Joe Satriani and Larry Mitchell, and also it's James Nichols is another guy that's supposed to appear on there. So I'm hoping that. And then there's a vocal album with a guy named Caleb Johnson who won American Idol, who's my favorite singer ever. And so there's a guy named Chris Fraser who is in Canada who's mixed and produced a ton of amazing records. So he's going to be mixing this, and I'm super excited to get a chance to have him bring these songs to completion. So I'm replacing guitar parts for kind of my placeholder parts over the next couple of months, and I'm going to be going up to Canada and having him mix these. Really exciting.
So what is in your music? What is more important for you? Collaboration, or guitar tone, guitar skills? I don't know. Maybe some melodies. What is more important in your music?
Well, the neat thing about doing vocal music is you have a chance to partner with somebody that, first of all, people don't really want to hear me sing, and so when you have a vocalist that has the capacity that Caleb has, if you haven't heard of him, just search American Idol Dream On Caleb Johnson, and it's just like, it's basically he's just phenomenal, and he and I write really well together. So when you have that, kind of like you said, the partnership with somebody, there is an opportunity to tap into something kind of side by side. It's different than making an instrumental album. And actually, Caleb was the guy who said, look, you should do an instrumental album as well. So you're not just doing a vocal record. And I took his advice, and I'm really grateful because, the songs I played tonight, the songs that you've heard, we kind of poked you through in different times when we met at whatever the arena was, the OC Vibe guitar show, that's been a tremendously powerful vehicle. I might be going out on tour with some other guitar players. So, the instrumental stuff really is a tremendously powerful thing because you don't have to have a full band always to be able to do it. So if you've got a looper, there's my loop station over there. It means that you can, just go out and make music. And you can do it with a body of one, which is a really big deal. It's very powerful.
All right, let's a little bit talk about your guitar. This nice guitar that I just got there in the corner. This is some kind of really special Gibson guitar. Can you tell us about this? Because it has different stuff on it, like sustainer. It has tremolo. Tell us more.
So the short version is that I used to be an Ibanez endorser, and I had an Ibanez lawsuit era guitar in the bedroom because a Flying V you can kind of stand it up, like you saw there, against the wall, and so I'm not really allowed to keep a guitar in the bedroom. The wife says, "Look, you got a music room, the guitars can stay in there." But I had this Ibanez lawsuit era Flying V that I could stick in between the dresser that's underneath the TV and the wall. You know, it wasn't really hidden, but it wasn't kind of like, you know, glaringly in her face. And I was playing that, and I was like, I fell in love with the Flying V, and I toured in 2008, opening for Michael Schenker across the United States. And so it was really, you know, so I was like, well, you know, Michael Schenker's the V guy. But I fell in love with it, and I was like, oh, this thing. So I bought an old V right around the same era, maybe 1980, like Kirk's, maybe mine's a 79 or an 80 Kirk Hammond, of course. And I was like, oh, I really like this. And then I got a more recent one, and I was like, I'm going to customize this thing. The idea is that the first one we put out a top-mounted Floyd Rose is called an FRX, but I had a very clear idea of what I wanted. I wanted a whammy bar that I could flog the daylights out of it. I also wanted, you know, a humbucker, so it's got the 36th anniversary DiMarzio PA, which is a strange 36th anniversary PA of what is a strange year. But I guess they were working on the 35th anniversary, and they didn't make it. And it's got a Virtual 2 middle model, which was an Al Di Meola pickup, and then in the neck it's got a Sustainiac. The other one is a more recent one, and it's actually routed for Floyd, and a through Floyd with springs in the back, and it's got a hum canceling P90 in the bridge, a Sat Track, which is the Satriani pickup in the middle, and then it's got a DiMarzio mini humbucker in the neck. And that guitar is not what I played tonight, but it's kind of, that's become my new number one. But I knew tonight I wanted to play something with a Sustainiac in it, so I kind of went back to the number one. It was, you know, the two guitars are very, very similar, but yet they do slightly different things. But they're close enough that I can just kind of go between the two of them, which is really special. They're very unique instruments. But, you know, it's my dream and my hope at one point they'll become a signature guitar.
So what do you think? All these new guitars, headless, this 2025, is it make any point to you? Or?
I played some headless guitars that are really cool. It's not necessarily my thing, but I can appreciate that there are people who love them. And, you know, it's just, I like feeling the string come all the way through the headstock. If you hold the headstock when you play a guitar, you can feel the vibration. The headstock's part of the thing, you know. So just like the body is. So I'm kind of my vibe.
as I know, you're a big fan of tube amps, and today you again played on that Mesa Boogie. That's like 25 watt version.
But loud.
Yeah, it was loud. It was loud. Yeah. So tell us about your favorite amps and models. As I know, you're still playing that a new old rectifier. Is it right?
So there's the new triple rectifier that came out yesterday, and so it's awesome. It's at home right now, and it's savagely loud. 150, if 150 watts doesn't get the job done, you have other problems. But it's a very special amp. It's incredibly versatile, and it also has a wonderful clean tone. It's a very special amplifier, and I'm a Boogie fanatic, and there's really kind of, I love the Badlander series, which is part of the rectifier line, and really kind of, but I also was listening to some stuff on the way down that was done with the Mark VII, and they're all very unique and very special and near and dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am really big fan of triple rectifier too.
Great amp.
Anyway, it's great. Well, it's good thing about amplifiers, tube amplifiers, but what about this nowadays stuff like amp modelers? And
I kind of have all the main amp modeler flavors, and on the Saturday of the NAMM show, I'm hosting the House of Worship NAMM Tech Tracks, and so we're going to do a panel with my good friends from Line 6, as well as my good friends from IK Multimedia. I'm also very close with the folks at Fractal Audio, and so I kind of love it all. If I can plug in and have a good time, just plugging in and having a good time, that's my idea of fun. So it's really cool.
So what do you think nowadays, all these guitar modeler, amp modeler, do they still suck in some kind of point, or they?
No,
really
they're all great. They're all great.
All right. So if you go on tour, are you going, maybe that's a reason, maybe you can use only just
so
amp modeler?
I kind of need to kind of walk it through with my friends at Mesa Boogie. But the thing is the new Helix Stadium has got the ability to play tracks from the stadium. It's a really, 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 really big deal. And tonight, Chris Rocha was playing through Helix Stadium. They sound great. They work great. And, the thing is that tonight I was plugged straight into the Mark V 25 that's sitting over there. And there's nothing like plugging straight into the front end of an amplifier and making the amp work you and you making the amp work. It's a type of communication with a tube amp that you turn the guitar up and down, and the modelers have gotten really good, but there's nothing, they're just different things, and different modelers kind of have their own vibe, and I kind of love it all, but I really love a tube amp. It makes you work a little bit more, but when you kind of figure out how, it's kind of like a cat. If you learn how to pet the cat just right, it starts purring. It's a special thing.
let's go a little bit back and well, you just said Joe Satriani at your new album. Tell us a little bit about this because everybody loves Joe Satriani too.
So I spent 3.5 years studying with Joe when I was in high school, and you know, very special guy, and just been a huge influence, you know, the vast majority of my life. And so when I was working on writing songs, I was driving in my car one day and Knocking on Heaven's Door came on. I was like, I want to do an instrumental version of that. So I reached out to Joe and he said, that's funny. We were thinking about doing that as one of the songs for G3. They didn't end up doing it, but he was like, yeah. And he kind of had this idea of having kind of like a guitar choir on it. And I couldn't figure out how to do that, but he did this thing on it. So the graphic designer, we're doing this video. It's an animated video. My graphic designer sent through some new files that I reviewed this morning before I got. There's video, but there's also the graphic design for this animation video. So there was some new stuff that came through this morning, and it's going to be really fun. I can't go into any details other than to say it's a really fun video, and it's a neat song. I'm really happy with what it is. Besides replacing this little rhythm guitar part, that song's basically done, which is really cool.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, before everything happened here in NAMM show, and I think we're gonna see you these next 3 days. But now, man, thank you very much for your time. And do you want to say anything to guitar fans and for all the readers of SULÉY magazine?
Absolutely. First of all, thanks. Hi. And, you know, I'm on Instagram, Doug Doppler Music. I'm on Facebook, Doug Doppler. And I do a live stream every Saturday at 9 a.m. When I'm in town, which is most of the time, on my Facebook and on my YouTube, which is also Doug Doppler Music. So come hang out. You know, we can talk about guitar and gear and, you know, theory and all these things that we're all passionate about. And I love, you know, helping other guitar players find what they do. It was really a lot of fun teaching at New Notes Camp. It was an exceedingly rewarding and fun experience. So nice to meet you.
All right,
thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Really appreciate it.
All right. See you at NAMM.
I look forward
next
to
3
it.
days.
Awesome.
Right. There
Thank you.
Hey, Larry.
Yes.
How have you been so far?
I'm good. You?
Yeah. You're going to be playing tomorrow?
Marriott.
Tomorrow?
The Marriott at 11 o'clock.
Tonight?
The Marriott. 11 o'clock
Tonight?
Saturday. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I played her really earlier today at
Eugene
Ronnie Lee's.
sent you hello.
Tell him I said hello.
All right.
All right.
All right, man. Nice to see you.
Okay, good to see you too. Ivan, right?
Yep.